today I didn't want to go to the gym, but I did because we have to be consistent. Like I said, I have to be a man of my word. And yeah, usually when I feel this type of pain around my body, that means you have tore some muscle tissue and it's rebuilding. It's a painful process every time you train, but it always goes away. I also noticed that while I was training, how can I put this? There are a lot of mistakes that I do, and I noticed them. I actually noticed them more while I was editing the video. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I will explain everything. I'll explain the mistakes and I'll explain what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. So we jump into it. I always will emphasize when working out, always warm up. So right now we're just warming up every angle for the back in which we can warm up at the moment. You know, just take it easy. No stress. Take the time. I never actually used to do this. Recently I just incorporated this in my training, but I should have been doing this more. Here we're using the wide grip, you know, let your hands open, like let your hands wide. Train the traps, train your arms, you train your back as well. Same situation here. Now it's close grip. Training the same muscle group. Now already we've warmed up enough. We can now jump on the weight. Now the way I'm going to be training with this is like pull the weight down. Make sure everything is set. Exactly. Make sure the technique is always clear. Make sure your technique is clean. Don't try to force it. If it's too heavy, you put it down. So I found something that was like good in my range. I'm gonna like do this for like 10 repetitions of this. Then I quickly switch it up back. Quickly, after finishing doing that, exactly. As you can see, my friend helps me and then he puts it down to 39 because I was doing 45 kilos. Now I'm doing 39 kilos. I didn't take no rest. You jump back to it. Do again another 10. And then when the next exercise comes, you do the same thing again. But we're going to do this, I think, 3 times and 3 sets. So each repetition we're doing 10 of them. So not to complicate, not so you should understand better. I'm just going to let the full clip play out and you see what I mean. 1 up again, 32. No rest, we go in again. Keep pulling it down. The higher you go, the tougher it is actually. People actually think it's going to become easy. I mean, the first 2 always feel easy, but after that, no matter which weight you are, your muscles are already tired, so you're just like fighting and pulling for resistance. And then we repeat again for 3 times. Then jump into the next exercise. Exactly right here, I did a lot of things wrong. I was moving, my body was moving the weight, not my arms. Like you can see, my body keeps moving and my arms are moving as well. And I had to do this again. The same principle. You take heavy weights, you do that 10 times, no rest, you go to the second one, the second weight, something a little bit slightly heavier. You repeat the same procedure again, and then you go to the last one, you repeat the same procedure. But here, like I'm saying, like I'm actually working my shoulders. This is back day, not shoulders day. So, well, like this also you would target your back, but I wasn't targeting it the way I wanted to. As you can see, I keep making the same mistake, letting my body carry my hands, carry the weight up, and it became heavier. As always, lighter you go, the heavier it becomes. It's a very funny concept, but it makes sense. So now this is how I corrected the mistake. As you can see, I'm still learning. I brought in a bench where I could put my back on, and then exactly, boom, hitting it every time. My hands are straight, hit it every time. You can see the muscles on my back. I'm hitting them every time because now I'm not moving. Now I'm just letting my hand do the job for me. But it's still heavy, but it's something here that I can control. Now you can see my hands don't go right up because of them. I become tired. So when I realize I can't continue anymore, I let it be. Then I switch the weights, and I repeat that again for 3 times. Now next exercise. Here we'll be pulling. Same procedure. You start maybe on 73 kilos. I started on 73 kilos, something like that. Go up to 65, then go up to 50, And each time you go up, you do 10 repetition, 10 repetition, 10 repetitions. You do that 3 times, and then you count that as round 1. Then you go to round 2, you do the same thing. Then you go to round 3, you do the same thing. So the way I'm just gonna show it, I'm just gonna show each of the first rounds of what I've done, just so that the video shouldn't be too long, and you see exactly what I'm doing. It's always important to keep your form, you know. Don't let the weight control you, you control the weight. Trying to get the full range, that's why I let it go a little bit in front, and then I pull it back closer to my chest, right up to my belly, and I push my chest upward. My guy didn't want to train, but I forced him to. Normally I've known this guy for a long time, and he never wants to train before, but you know, when you see your friend, or he saw me doing this with YouTube stuff, and he was like, you know what, I want to do it too. He's actually the one who has been taking the videos for me. I just want to give a big shout out to him. But it actually makes me happy to see that you know, like, the people beside you, anytime you try to do something, it actually motivates them to do also the same thing you're doing, because deep down they always want to do it, but they don't have no one to push them around. Now you necessarily do not have to push them, but when they see you do stuff like that, it just like motivates them, and that motivates me more too. So it's just like it's like a two-way thing, you understand? I'm not gonna lie, he was dying. He couldn't handle it, but he was actually doing it. He kept his form. You see the form he's doing. He's keeping it straight, right to his belly upward. He's not, when it's too heavy, you reduce it. Man said, "Fuck you" to the machine. Now we go to I think this is the second to the last exercise. I always do 5 exercises every time. This exercise that's like 10 kilos on both sides, and the bar itself, it's like 20 kilos. So that bar is so heavy. It's so heavy. Now again, we increased it to 15. I think I did this exercise twice, if I'm being honest. Yes, I think I did it twice. Yeah, I was already dead tired. We're just pushing. We're just working on mindset, energy right now. We just couldn't continue, but we just had to go. As you can see, like, if you want to know how much work we are putting into these workouts, just look at our faces. It's going to tell you everything. We cannot fake the expressions, sorry. It's so fucking heavy. It's hard, but you have to push, man. You have to push. It's the only mentality we have here. Like I say, through tradition to my channel, we always have to do something you do not like every single day. For me, it's this exercise also right here. In every exercise on my body, I have exercises which I hate. For the legs, I have the leg day. For me, I hate, so that's just a whole day to itself. I dedicated that day for that itself. But in every other exercise, I have one exercise I do not like, so I try to incorporate it in my training to make it a little bit difficult. Well, not a little bit, much harder. So here we'll be doing this for 20 kilos. I'm going to do this like 10 times with 20 kilos, drop it down. And you see, it takes a lot of like energy out of me. It might not look like a lot, but anyone who has done this exercise will tell you, like, it's tough. It's really, really tough. 10 kilos. That 10 kilos actually felt like 100 kilos for a moment there. It's so heavy. I'm so tired. But you just have to keep pushing. It's all about the mindset. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind, man. Drop it down. So tired. But I have to keep going. Next. Let's get it. This 5 felt like 100 kilos still, like 5 kilos. At this stage, you just feel like you can die. That's why I was touching it and telling my guy, like, hey, are you sure I can do this? He was like, just go. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. Did it. It's always important to have people like that around you, man. People who motivate you is also very important. I cannot stretch that enough. Stress that enough, not stretch. The fuck? Yeah, and I think that's going to be it for today. And thanks for watching. Peace.